Yo, welcome to Venting. I'm Tariq,
I'm Anish.
and welcome to our podcast. Available on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast soon, and I'm
On the way.
Spotify, obviously Spotify. Spotify, our main vendor right now. Everyone
Yeah.
watching on Spotify. And I would like to welcome our first guest, Gurnek
First
Hothi.
ever.
First guest ever.
Yes, sir.
It's me, Gurnek
Introduce
Hothi.
yourself, Gurnek. Who are you?
I'm Gurnek Hothi, the chocolate one.
Yeah.
What a goat.
He's one of our friends, and we decided to bring it to the podcast because we have some amazing topics picked out for today. By the way, YouTube watchers, if you guys want to comment down below any topics you guys want to hear, any topic, and any guests that you like the one right here. If you wanna bring any
He's
right
there for me.
topics back. Oh, for me, he's right here. If you want to bring any guests back, or you want us to talk about any topics, just comment down below the comment.
Anything's up for grabs. Anything.
Yes, sir.
We're desperate on topics, low-key. All right,
E.
let's talk about our first topic today. Let me
Yes,
give you
sir.
some background, first of all. So, I'm a tennis player. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned it yet. I played for my school's varsity tennis team last year. I'm
Repping
not
that
playing
Allen
for them
High
anymore.
School.
Yeah, at the Allen High School. I've been playing tennis for what? 6-7 years. I love the sport. It's a lot of fun. And while both of these guys are basketball players,
Yeah, I play basketball.
both of them.
Me too.
Anish is a little not good at basketball. Gurnek's pretty good, about my level.
No way you just said that.
No, so I'm not that good at basketball yet. So just for reference, and then they don't really play tennis. So
Yeah, he doesn't play basketball. We don't play tennis. Gurnek's better than me at basketball. I'm better than Tariq. Yeah, we both play basketball though. So yeah.
So we always have these heated debates about what sport is harder, what's harder to learn, what's harder to play. There's everything. They always bring up wrong arguments, incorrect arguments, and it makes me angry.
Wrong
I'm
in
like,
your
you know what?
opinion.
It's time I demolish you on this podcast. So what's your take? But let's start with Gurnek. Gurnek, what's your take?
Yeah, Gurnek, go ahead.
So wait.
So the
First, what are we covering? Sorry. Are we doing what's harder to learn first? What's harder to play? What's
just
harder?
just your opinion in general.
I feel like we should target each topic specifically, because I feel like you can
Alright,
have
we'll
different takes.
We'll
When you-
we'll start.
We'll
off-
start with people who if someone was to randomly start the sport, what's harder to play? And
So
then we'll
it's
go
harder to
pro.
learn initially.
Yeah, and then we'll go
Okay.
pro.
Yeah,
Are,
yeah.
are we talking about just for fun or actually?
Yeah, just
doing
for fun.
No,
Right now,
let's say just to get good at. What's
Okay.
harder
yeah,
to
for
get
fun
good
and
at
to get
initially?
good at. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Gurnek, go.
It's actually really close between the two. I think the difference between becoming a pro, it's obviously a lot bigger, but just playing for fun. I think that's actually pretty close. I'm gonna say basketball simply because, for one, you have to be in shape. In tennis, you really don't have to be. It helps a lot, but you don't have in basketball. If you want to play full court basketball, right? You can't be some, unathletic man. Not athletic, but just doesn't do much cardio. Sits inside,
Unfit. Yeah.
plays Valorant all day. And so, and the learning curve is so steep, right? There's so much you have to learn. You can't just learn how to shoot, because that won't really get you anywhere. You can't just learn how to dribble the basketball. So I think there's more to learn in basketball, but I think they're both pretty hard to learn.
Can I respond to that, or is it too early?
Should I go first? Should I go, or do you,
You know
want
what?
to
Let me hear both your opinions about, because they're
Both of
both
us?
pro basketball. They think basketball's harder.
I am, but I am gonna surprise you guys. If the question is, Tariq's excited. If the question is, if
harder to
someone
learn
was to
initially?
what's harder to learn initially?
Yeah.
For basketball, you gotta do shooting, passing, dribbling. You gotta do everything. But if you're just to learn and play for fun, you can get away with being a hell of a shooter, but you can't do anything else, right? Because it's a team sport. Tennis is more individual. You have to hone your every single skill. So to learn in the beginning and get good at, I'm gonna lean towards tennis, but it is close for me because you gotta know all the skills. But for tennis being an individual sport, if you're gonna learn it and get good at it, play for fun, I say tennis is a harder sport to learn initially.
Respect that. It's a very fair argument.
I like that argument. It's correct.
Okay, Tara, what's yours?
Okay, so
You-
I have to completely disagree with Gurnek. I didn't really understand
Okay.
your argument. You said you need to be athletic to play basketball. I'm assuming you mean you're saying that because you're saying you don't have to be athletic to play tennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
disagree with that.
what about tennis? Don't you have to be athletic?
I mean, like, but I'm saying like compare the two, which requires more athleticism. The one when you have to jump high, be fast.
I agree with that though. 'Cause you have to be more athletic to play basketball, but you still need athleticism for tennis.
Okay, no. I'm
I
not. I'm not saying
I
you
don't
don't.
understand. You still need to run fast in tennis. You
I'm
still
not
need
saying
to.
you.
Okay.
But like, I'm not saying you don't need to be athletic in tennis. But the difference between them, like in basketball, athleticism is a very key thing. Like some people aren't very good skill wise, but they're athletic, so it carries them through. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And like tennis, you still have to have skill. Like you can't just
But
be
that's every
rely on
sport.
athleticism. No, I mean I'm serious. Like you can see some of the park, like just like random people, when they like pull up to park to play like pick up basketball, right? Some dudes are straight up just so athletic, but they can't actually hoop.
They can't shoot a single lick, but
They literally,
you get them like 5 feet away from the basket, they'll just jump and
it's
make
actually
everything.
like,
Athleticism plays a large part. Genetics plays a large part.
So
But like
and
for
athleticism
fun,
plays a part in tennis as well. I think.
no, I'm saying it is, but like I'm saying like you can't just rely on skill in tennis.
What makes you say that?
No, wait, no. I mean you can only
he
rely
meant
on skill in
he meant
tennis.
basketball. Like you need more than just skills sometimes in basketball when you go against like better opponents, like more athletic opponents.
Okay.
Because
Are you talking
basketball is a
about?
physical sport.
Are you talking about as in like height and like?
Yeah,
Or what do you mean?
height, athleticism,
So yeah,
like jumping ability.
I think basketball as a sport, I think it favors like genetically superior people, like the taller
Right.
people, the bigger people, or the bigger people in some positions. But you get what I'm saying? Like there are
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
like if you're 5'4", you're not going to the NBA. I'm sorry, or 5'5", like my boy Anish here.
Muggsy bogus. Wait,
There was a
Muggsy
guy that was
bogus?
5'5" in the NBA.
I mean he was playing against cheerleaders. No, I'm kidding, but his role was very small. Like, he
Okay, I'm
wasn't.
saying, but your
But he was
skill
averaging
cap,
like 13 points
your
per
skill
game.
cap is really low based on your like it's
Yeah.
dependent on your genetics. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
take the same athletic person, put them in basketball, put them in tennis. They never use anything in the sport, or they've never seen any either sport. They're gonna learn basketball a lot faster than tennis. Tennis requires a lot more
Yeah.
technique, a lot more. And I don't know how you could debate against that.
Oh, that's fair.
I say
mean,
tennis requires more skill. Like if you get the same person to play both sports, which one would they be better at? They'll be better at basketball, like for fun. I'm talking like pull up to the park.
Let's not
Basketball
talk
will
for
be
fun.
easier for them.
Let's talk a guy's
So
initially.
you want to
going in.
you want to go pro, like pro basketball, pro tennis.
So are you saying what's harder to learn as a pro player, or what are you saying?
No. What's harder to learn as like when you
What is-
first start out?
what is
Tennis is
harder
a
to
lot
go
harder
pro?
to learn.
Okay, and then what's your argument? What's basketball harder?
Okay, so for if you're like first learning the sport, I think tennis is harder to learn. Okay, but when we go to pro, my argument completely flips. You can be the best dribbler, best or not best, but you can be like a great dribbler, great shooter, great like everything. Once you go into the pro thing, everybody has like your skill set. You have to like
There's not-
develop it more. You have to be more athletic. You have to be more like everything increases.
But
I don't know if I worded that.
I still don't understand that. You guys are acting like tennis pro scene isn't good, because obviously
say that.
if your serve's really good, your forehands are really good, your backhands are really good, everything's really good. Once you get to the pro scene, obviously everyone
will have the same thing. I'm saying in basketball, you can have that and you can keep going up on your skill set, but once you like cap at your skill set, no matter how you can't get better than your skill set, right? I'm talking you're at the ceiling of your skill set. People with like better genetics, better like height, better like just freak speed, freak athleticism, they're gonna be better than you no matter what.
Like, let's look at it like this, right? I'm gonna compare Luca and LeBron. Luca and LeBron have both reached, well, not Luca yet, but like both of them are at an extremely high skill level, right? Both extremely high. But the difference between Luca and LeBron is just the sheer like privilege of like him being
Genetics.
6'8", 260, much stronger, much faster. Because
Better athleticism.
in their terms of skill, they're pretty similar. They're facilitating guards, not guards, bigs.
I just think that LeBron's IQ is better, but that's a different debate, obviously. But they're basically, for people who don't watch like basketball, Luka Doncic is a player for the Dallas Mavericks, and LeBron James is a player for Los Angeles Lakers. Their skill set is almost similar, But LeBron is just his IQ is better, obviously, and his physical like advantage over Luca, or basically like almost every NBA player in the league, is just like shoulders above everyone.
And which is
Probably
what
about shoulders. He literally got massive shoulders.
takes
Like-
him like number one
It's like
to
me.
where like Luca is in like the somewhat top tens. But LeBron's
Yeah.
always gonna be one, and then you can
Like genetics plays a large part, regardless of skill. Like even if you have two people with similar skill, the more athletic person will just.
you have the skill set of Kobe Bryant, but if you're 5'5" and scrawny, like, are you gonna be able to do anything? Absolutely not.
You're not. Yeah.
See, because
That's why I say basketball is harder than tennis to
all I
overcome
understand
the
from your argument-
athleticism and genetics. Yeah, keep going.
No, because now I don't understand your argument at all. So all I'm hearing
What?
from you is that there's a skill cap based on your genetics in basketball, but that's not what we're arguing. I'm arguing, forget the because obviously the genetics vary per person. Let's say a 6'8" person in basketball would have a lot better time as a 5'5" person in basketball, right?
Yeah.
Like what you're saying right now, from what I'm understanding, is if a 6'8" player plays basketball and tennis, basketball is going to be easier for them. I'm assuming, right, to get to the pro scene.
Yeah.
Whereas a 5'5" person would have a harder time. What I'm trying to argue is, let's say both of them have the same skill that they need to get to the pro scene in tennis and in basketball. What's harder to learn? I'm not talking about genetics. I'm not talking about anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. The difference between learning. Okay. If you're saying harder to learn or harder to play, harder to learn is tennis. I'm not going to be biased about that. Tennis is harder to learn. Harder to play the sport is basketball.
Okay, we're talking about play now. Okay. So why is it harder
So
to play?
it's a physical, like, draining sport.
Except
You're hitting.
every
Tennis is
single-
not physical. No, not every single. No, I mean like physical, like body to body.
Okay,
Football
you're
is
saying
physical.
because it's physical, it's harder?
It's just like more like draining, physically draining.
Okay, so here let's think about it like this: a basketball court, an NBA basketball court, is 91 feet long.
Mhm.
Most NBA possessions are just run and go, run and go. Especially if teams aren't hitting their shots, it's constantly you go offense, you go straight to defense, right?
Mhm.
And they're doing this 48 minutes a night, and like, I mean, come on, constant movement. They don't really stop unless there's a foul or a timeout, or it's halftime or something.
Right. But tennis is also longer games, on average. You can search it up. And it's sprinting back and forth. It's
No, but
sprinting up, down, left, right. You guys were talking one dimension the other day. You guys are like, oh, you just need to sprint left and right for tennis. That's untrue.
We're joking about that. We're not being
That was
serious.
a
about
joke.
Untrue. Argument.
it.
I'm saying-
I
I'm
never.
saying-
Okay, in the podcast we never brought it up though.
Okay, no, I'm saying in general, like your argument. But tennis, you have to sprint everywhere in the court. Obviously hitting the ball takes energy as well. And you have to do that for what? Can you search up the average tennis game? Let me search this up.
Okay, well, Tariq, when you're in what you said, basically, it takes energy to pass, shoot, defend.
Right.
I mean, you also have to move across the entire basketball court. I mean, they don't stand still. Even if
Like once
the guy-
you. Oh
even
yeah,
if a
keep
guy
going.
doesn't have- even if a guy doesn't have the ball, they're on off-ball screens, whether they're setting the
Better.
screen, running around, going to their position. I mean,
But
There's a lot
tennis,
for
you're
them to
constantly
do.
moving as well. I don't understand. And it's what? Is the average basketball game actually 45 minutes?
no, it's
48.
40. Well, tennis is like 3 times as long. More than 3 times as long.
You get breaks in between though.
Yeah, you get breaks.
Do you
but
not?
It's still 3 times as long. You get breaks every 2
That's
games,
true.
but
Like,
every 2 games, it's a solo sport. You're doing all the work.
Well, that's
Basketball,
true.
No,
yeah,
it's-
you're moving a
basketball,
little when
you
you
can-
don't have the ball, but it's not nearly. You can't even compare that as much as tennis. Because tennis, you're sprinting across the court. Everything's on you. You have to do everything on the court. Basketball, you could depend on your teammates. If you're passing to your teammate, you could. Yeah, you have to screen him. I don't know what you have to do, but you're not moving nearly as much as you are in tennis.
See, when you say when you don't have the ball, you're moving a little bit. That's like an understatement by so much. Like in a legit, like obviously in a pickup game, if I don't have the ball, sometimes I'll just go stand in the 3, bro. I'm like, hey, yo, pass me once you get it. But like in an NBA game, if you don't have the ball in offense, you're constantly moving to get open or to get another player open. you're setting screens, you're going for rebounds, you're doing everything, right? Now on defense, you think you get a rest, you have to guard your own player, make sure you know the defensive scheme so you can switch on to other players. Like you're never like stopping.
So how
Just
many
never-
breaks are there in basketball?
Huh?
How
It
many breaks are
depends,
there in basketball?
because there's fouls
Yeah, it depends.
and then there's timeouts.
How like be honest, how much of high intensity play do you get? Because I know there's 4 quarters, right?
Uh-huh.
You get a
While
break
they're on
each
the
quarter.
court, when they're on the court, it's all intense. Like it's not.
Yeah.
They're not laid back.
Fouls don't count towards the time,
It does
No.
not. But
but
It just
free
makes
throws
it,
do.
so the game, the
always-
average time of a game, like the NBA game is supposed to be 48 minutes, but it actually lasts like subtracting like halftime. It's like
About
what,
an hour and a half.
an hour and a half? Yeah.
The only argument that we're really bringing up right now is a game's hardness is based on how much stamina it uses, which isn't true at
Oh,
all.
that's not true.
I'm not
either,
saying
but
that.
on basketball.
Oh, that's the only thing you guys brought up about basketball.
On basketball, you're not just. You have to do a lot more. I mean, you have to be able to score. I mean, but also you have to think about it like this. There's roles in basketball. There's the big man. He goes down. You throw him the ball. Little post hook, get rebounds, guard their side of the basket. Right.
Are you a big
You have
man,
the
Gurnek?
point. I'm not a big man, unfortunately. I'm just massive. Anyways, you have the point guard, right? Who's like usually the facilitator, the guy who sets up everything, the guy who's gonna constantly bring the ball up, right? Then you have the shooting guard, who's gonna actually shooting guard and 3, I think, are the main scorers, right? So those two, their job is
And three? What is
primarily
3?
the small forward position.
Forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have power forward, which is like a mix in between. Like they can flex, do what they need to do, what that your team needs, right? So each person has a designated like assignment, basically what to do. And so, everyone's assignment is, I don't know how to put this, but like, if one person's lacking, a team can't win. Like, does that make sense?
Like not only do you have to like you work on your individual skills, you also have to learn the team's plays. You also have to learn team like coherentness.
Coherence.
Like yeah, coherence. You have to work on not just yourself, but the team as a whole. Like LeBron, there's this one time, his oldest son, Bronny, right? Bronny Jr.
Mhm.
They were in a championship game. I don't know when this was, but like people were complaining at halftime, like, "Yo, I'm not getting touches on the ball," blah blah blah. And obviously, LeBron was a little, emotional, so he used explicit language, and he was like, "If y'all, bleep want to go and play golf, if y'all want to worry about
Right.
individual stats, go play golf or tennis. If you want to compete in a team sport and work together, you got to play basketball. Go ahead and go back on the court. If not, just go play an individual sport. Like not that it's a knock on individual sports, like, but for team sports, you got to work on yourself and your coherent. Help me out, Gurnik. What is it? Coherent? Yeah, coherence on the
Coherent,
basketball court as a team too.
So, I feel like this conversation is getting nowhere. I feel like it's more efficient if we separate it into sections, right?
Okay.
Help me out here. I say we separate into mental, physical, technique. What else? What else should we separate into?
So you
feel like
said
5
physical,
Mental,
IQ.
physical, technique, IQ.
No, IQ is mental.
Mental and IQ.
No,
are
mental.
different.
I feel like mental is more like
Like the want to win, like the fear of losing the game.
I mean, you can't.
It's
Everyone
kinda,
has.
no.
you can't-
It's
you can't-
not. It's not that. It's like
mental toughness.
yeah, like mental
Yeah, you
toughness,
see-
kind of. I don't know how to
like
describe
you're-
it.
Like
It's
That's
a
like
big factor.
subjective,
It's a big
though.
factor. Like in golf.
I know,
the
but
mental-
that, don't you think that's
Well,
subjective though?
like think about it like this:
everything's
the
subjective.
mental toughness of Kobe Bryant or the mental toughness of Kwame Brown. Like
Like mental
Yeah,
toughness
yeah.
is a factor. And
Okay.
then IQ,
well,
IQ, I feel like is separate from mental. Anything else? Just those 4?
So mental
Let's do out of
toughness,
5, so we can't go even.
physical, IQ, and oh Nadeem. Mental toughness, physical, IQ, and what else?
Technique.
Oh, technique. Okay.
Should I?
Should we do
let's add
stamina?
more.
Should we do stamina?
Yeah, we were arguing stamina for a bit.
Or wait, or should we do like athleticism? Like
Stamina's
involve
physical.
stamina, speed.
Yeah, that's a good.
We should do like
Okay.
what did I say?
Athleticism.
Athleticism as one of the categories.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't start with.
Okay, so let's keep this formatted. How about you guys present? I'll say like okay, mental or physical. I'll present the topic. You guys present your arguments. I'll present
Okay.
mine, and then genuinely
Genuinely vote.
we
I
talk
won't
about
be
who
biased.
who had the better argument. And
Yeah, let's
I
be
won't be
biased.
stubborn. You guys don't be stubborn. Let's get on it.
Yeah.
Mental, go. And you guys could work together, or I don't know how you guys want to do it. Just
Mental
argument.
toughness. Gurnek, you go. You're a Kobe fan. You go.
Okay, well, I mean, mental toughness doesn't just also involve the game. It involves what happens before the game, right? Like to understand how much work you have to put in, what you have to do to keep your body ready. And like obviously there's like weak-minded individuals in the NBA, and there's also strong-minded individuals. Like there's like Kobe Bryant, for instance. He literally goes into a game ready to kill everybody else on the other team. And then you got like normal dudes, right? I don't know, Kwame Brown, that are just there making their $5 million a year, trying to do their job. You know what I mean? They don't really care. They're just doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
then,
to go off what Gurnek said. Oh yeah. Keep going.
No, you go
Oh,
ahead.
still going. Oh wait, are you?
Yeah. Okay. So what Gurnek said, like in basketball, you can be like you can just be there for the money to provide for your family. Nothing wrong with that. You might come from like short like comings and you wanna become big in life and you just get the money and you're like happy that you can provide for your family. But like if you want to be good, like the best at the game, you have to have a mental toughness, right? Things go wrong in a NBA season that you can't control because it's a team sport. Someone could get injured, like say it's you and then another like second best player, he can get injured and that ruins your chances of winning a championship. Other teams will have two or three players that can compete with your level of skill, and you're screwed if your second best player is out.
Here,
You have to have mental toughness to go like through it. You know?
an example. So when LeBron lost in 2011 to the Mavericks, a lot of sports commentators say that was his best like loss ever. You know why? Because that changed him as an individual. They said in 2011 he was weak, he wasn't ready, and he wasn't like not ferocious enough, but like not like I
He
don't
was
know.
timid. He would like just let the game
He
like
was
run him.
yeah. See, but after that, he developed that killer instinct, that mental toughness, that like made him go from like a guy with 0 rings, the guy who has what rings now.
Was
Yeah.
LeBron already good in 2011, or is that when
No, he was
he
good.
He was good, but
He like
When did he become
mentally
like the best, or like really
he didn't
good?
become like the
2014 is when he started becoming an absolute monster.
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, it's
After
pretty
that,
recent.
like to show that mental toughness. After that, he went to what? Was it eight
Straight
straight
in a row.
finals?
Yeah, I think it was eight straight.
8 straight championship games. He went
It's
two
fun.
in a row. That shows his mental toughness. You know?
Okay. Are you guys finished?
Yeah.
It's
You go.
tennis time, baby. All right, let me explain this. Because you were saying basketball, you have to go in with the mindset to win. I feel like a lot of your arguments can apply directly to tennis as well. Obviously, you have to go with the mindset to win in tennis as well. That's every sport, actually. The only thing that I really understood from your argument that's different is stuff can go wrong where it's dependent on your teammates. Like your teammate can go out, and then you have to have the mental toughness to surpass that. But
Yeah, you can't just quit.
the same thing can happen in tennis. Let's say your serves are bad one day because your specific strokes. Let me actually specific strokes can go wrong on a specific day. You have to play around that. You have to have the mental toughness to fight that. The thing about tennis though is it's all on you. You have no teammates to fall back on. Let's say you're playing bad one day, you could low key just pass to another teammate, and so it's not just dependent on you. But in tennis, let's say it's two players on the courts. The whole entire mother freaking arena is looking at those two players. If you're having a bad day, you have to get through. You have to have the mental toughness to get through that because it's all dependent on you. What's up?
Speaking of that exact situation, right? We're going back to LeBron James. I think it was 2014, right? He played. It was first quarter, and he shot 4 threes, missed every single one. Right? That game, he ended off with 36 points, and guess what? All his points were. Not a single jump shot was scored that
Not a
night.
single one.
Not a
All layups.
single jump shot. So what that means is NBA players. Like how many NBA players can just go out and completely change their game just to adapt to what's going on around them? Not many people can do that. And he didn't have some subpar defender either. He had who's the guy on the Celtics? Um, give me a second.
Who, Celtics?
What year
The
was
team?
this?
It was when the big three was there.
Yeah, Boston Celtics was a team. They had like the big three, like their best three
Mhm.
players.
I was thinking
For the
more
viewers
mental
that don't know.
toughness, like on the court. Like
No,
if
but that is on the court though. You see how he
Yeah, he had to get out of it. He had to have the mental toughness to get out of his slump. You just saw
was that
four
during the
threes in
same
the first
game?
quarter.
Or
Yeah, in the
did he-
same
same
game.
game. Same game.
Same
And
game.
then he
Yeah,
started
same
making
game.
jump shots.
No,
Bro,
he stopped. He had the mental toughness to stop, and he said, "I'm gonna go into the paint. I'm gonna go for a layup. No matter how bad I do, I'm just gonna keep driving it to the paint, and go to the basket and try to wield my team to a win."
he had
He
14,
missed every jump shot.
Right.
14 free throws that night.
But still, tennis, it's all dependent on you. You have no teammates to fall back on. If you're having a bad day, you have to get through it. Basketball, you have teammates.
If you're a star player, you can't really do that.
You can't really rely on
Right,
your
but
teammates. They're just there.
90%
If
of the NBA players have teammates to fall back on.
Okay,
And
see,
then-
that is true. Yeah, that's true.
And if it's all on you, that's so much pressure. It's first of all, it's pressure to get over the mental toughness, even if you're having a good day. If you're having a bad day, it's hard to get through that mental toughness. I think tennis is harder just because it's an individual sport, and I think that's an argument in and of its. Don't talk about LeBron again. I see
Okay, I
that
won't.
LeBron
I
lights
won't,
up.
I won't. We didn't even mention late game situations. We didn't
Okay,
even mention
tennis
that.
has tennis
But as
has
a star
tiebreakers as
player, if you are the star player, the mental toughness to hit the last shot, if you miss, every single sports channel
Right.
will talk about this blah 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 just missed the
well. Same
game-winning
exact
shot.
thing with tennis. Do you
I
know
don't
what a
wanna
tiebreaker
mention-
is in tennis? It's
No.
where every single point. So usually tennis, it's counted by games, where there's you have to score 4 points. It's like it
Four
goes
scores.
15, 30, 40 game, and once you get to game, that entire game is yours. It doesn't matter what the points were inside of that game. But during tiebreaker, each point counts. So it could be scenarios where it's like 5-all, and the next point gets the lead. It's 1-2, but next point gets the lead. It's so much pressure. Even if you're about to win, it's so much pressure in the tiebreak scenario, and it's all on you again. I mean, yeah, all-star players, they have to make that shot. Tennis players have to make multiple shots back to back to back with that
Okay,
pressure
well,
on them.
Two things. One, I didn't want to mention LeBron again, but like I don't know why he's just really working in these situations. But anyways, just imagine if LeBron misses a wide open three to win a game. Every single social media, sports entertainment thing, they will literally be talking about that for a week.
Except that's the same thing for tennis.
LeBron
though.
James missed a shot.
That's the same
I
thing
mean,
for tennis.
But like
Tennis. There was this one guy. He was up in a tiebreak. Like I forgot something crazy. It's Alexander Zverev, I think. I think that's how you say it. I know his name. But he was up like crazy. The U.S. Open. He lost his mental game, and then he ended up losing the game. I'm still hearing about it. It was like 2 years ago or last year. There's so much pressure on that individual. I think we have to end this. We have to go through the.
Yeah. It's
the
I don't think we're gonna. Yeah. So what do you guys? Let's get a census. Gurnek, what do you think is like more mental tough, basketball or tennis?
I think it's basketball. I think there's just too much that you have to think about and deal with as a basketball player.
I'm gonna have to go with basketball on this one.
I, feel like
I
this is a
get
bad
that's an
idea.
individual sport.
I totally
No,
get
no, I promise you, I'm being genuine. I'm going off the arguments only. I'm not being biased.
Okay.
Like I've seen like Kobe's work ethic. Like
But
It
there's
is
the same
unmatched.
people with the same
Actually,
work
it's
ethic.
unreal.
Because you guys only know basketball
Oh,
players.
no,
You
no.
guys don't know any tennis players. You guys are
No,
basing
no,
it
I've
off
seen
of,
like
What have you seen? Because you guys haven't seen the tennis players that they put in the same amount of work. Just because you don't know about them, because you guys don't follow tennis.
No, that's true, but like, come on, you don't understand.
no, like when
I do.
I
Understand.
hate to
I
bring it
understand
up.
Kobe's-
I hate to bring it up. You know, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But when Kobe died in the helicopter crash, almost every single athlete from every single like sport was crying. They were sad. He was an idol for so many people.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods started like he was in the middle of a tee, and he stopped the tee and cried for like 10 minutes, because that's an individual sport. Kobe meant so much to like him. They're like almost the same age. Like
Right.
it just
How is
shows like
that?
his work ethic shows his work ethic.
So I think
Would you?
there are multiple people with Kobe's work ethic. I think Kobe had an amazing work ethic, but I think Kobe was the one who served as a model for that work. Like he inspired people to have a work ethic like him, and that's why he was so popular. That's why so many people cried. Well, obviously, it was horrible that he died, but you know what I mean. That's why, he was so popular. I don't think that's relevant to the mental at all.
Well,
there's
we have
a
to
bunch
decide.
of people with work ethic. I think
it's relevant to the mental because if you like, let's you can even think about it when you're like working out, right? When you're working out, you're on your last set and you don't want to do it. Like that starts being like, oh, bro, I could just not do this set. I mean, like, it won't change much. But those like the people that go on and do the next set, those are the people that become like legendary and become like the best at their sport. And that's the difference.
You gotta keep going.
Gotta keep going.
Right, but how's that relevant to basketball again? Because
we gotta wrap this up.
I'm sorry,
we
I
got
just
5
understand
parts.
it.
So for now,
I guess basketball.
basketball takes mental toughness. So we want to go to technique?
Technique, yeah.
Why
Okay.
don't you go first? Because we've gone first.
You go first.
Okay, I think tennis.
Well, I would just put it out there. I think tennis wins this one, in my opinion.
So should we even argue this one if you're already on tennis? Because I have to argue to convert you guys. Because
yeah,
I wanted to.
Gurnek, what do you think? Is it basketball no matter what?
I think they're very close, right?
Yeah, I think tennis
But
is like.
I think
they're right
basketball.
here, but then tennis is like right here,
I don't know.
technique wise.
The issue is there's just like it's like some like I don't know how to explain, but like
You're viewing it from basketball viewpoint only. You got to think about like the tennis technique.
No, I'm
like,
trying to think about it, like trying to compare the two. I'm trying to see which is more impressive: hitting a ball that's coming at you 100 miles, or like shooting a ball from 50 feet.
140
out, like
miles
Steph
per
Curry
hour,
does.
by the way. A serve.
Thank you, Dan.
but the thing is, like,
140
you
miles.
can get away with like a jank shot, you know. Like, you have to have like good technique in tennis as a pro player. Maybe in high school you can like, you know. I hear talking about like weird kids who have like bad form on tennis.
I'll
They're
agree
not
with y'all.
good, though.
Like I think it's tennis, basketball. Like I think it's
The
that
tennis
close.
a little above.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is you're just like right here.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
1-1. Tennis
Okay.
tennis gets technique. Are you happy, Tariq?
I'm very happy right now. I think IQ
Yeah.
is basketball just because of the teammates aspect.
Thank you. Okay,
yeah.
Tariq actually. Okay,
Yeah, no,
so
I mean, there's
basketball
I
has
still
mental
think
toughness and IQ.
tennis won mental by a lot. Like it's not even close.
But for right now,
athleticism,
total senses
athleticism.
I think
is
tennis.
basketball, bro.
Because you guys have to understand, athleticism includes stamina, right?
What do you? Okay, wait. What do you guys consider athleticism?
I
Tariq, what do you
consider
consider
athleticism.
Like your speed, your stamina. I guess strength is thrown in there too. Just everything. Everything like fit like. Dang, I don't know how to describe. You guys get what I'm saying? That's like.
I'm gonna add to that, like explosiveness, how high you can jump.
Yeah.
The react. Do you count reaction time as
Yeah,
athleticism?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reaction time.
Just all the skills
Um,
that you need, or that are included in
I mean, because I think basketball it utilizes every single thing like that I just mentioned, and only like the top upper echelon players have like perfect athleticism along with perfect skill. So I am gonna go with athleticism for basketball because I feel like that it's more required. Like you can't be a 5'6" guy that jumps 20 inches and want to go play in the NBA. I mean,
It's not gonna happen.
it's just not gonna happen.
So-
I mean.
So are you
The
guys
reason
talking
why
about genetics inside of it as well?
No. But I
just athleticism.
Then what
Just
is
raw
5'6"?
athleticism.
like even if you're
He's
6'4",
just saying like even if you're like 6'4" and you have a 20-inch vert,
you're not gonna go.
Right.
Like even
Yeah.
Steph Curry, who people find not athletic, still has like a 35
Like
inch
think about it this way: Steph Curry he can dunk the ball like easily, but he's considered one of the like least
athletic.
athletic people. Luca, like who Tarek was, Gurnek was talking about earlier. You can do a tomahawk dunk, or maybe you can do like a Statue of Liberty dunk, right?
He'll go up and like
Yeah, he'll go like just like slam it, right? He's considered unathletic in the basketball in like the NBA.
he still has a 30-inch plus vertical.
Right. So what I consider like athletic, for athleticism, stamina, speed, reaction time, explosiveness, but then vertical too. I think basketball and tennis are right here in athleticism, and then once you consider vertical, I use basketball's
So
higher.
is vertical
Oh,
that
and
much
strength,
of a
too.
athleticism? I feel like vertical is small part compared to speed, stamina, reaction time.
But you see
Don't think
how important that is for basketball though.
Yeah.
Vertical. I mean, like there are guys that have like Andre Drummond. He's literally just a guy with a good vertical that gets rebounds,
And strong.
jumps, and blocks. And
The average
he's huge.
basketball player, yeah. The average basketball player will be stronger than the average tennis player, in my opinion. And he's also going to be more like a higher vertical.
I'm saying when it comes to speed, reaction time, and stamina, tennis wins in all three. 100%. Okay, reaction time, 100%.
Reaction time is 10. No, reaction time.
No. That's I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the other things he said.
Okay, yeah.
Stamina is like even, in my opinion. You can't like
Speed-
measure, in my opinion. Speed is not.
No, I think
No.
No, I mean
speed, 100%.
no.
You have to
no,
navigate-
No.
Oh wait, Tarek.
You have
Name
to
the
navigate
fastest.
a 2D.
Okay, name the fastest tennis player.
Except,
We'll
no.
name the
You
fastest
guys
basketball
keep on
player.
going off topic. Just because there's a fast basketball player doesn't mean you need speed for basketball.
No, like one of the requirements. Okay, to get into the NBA, it's called like an NBA. What is the thing where they
It's
do like
it's combine.
combine? So it's an NBA combine. For the viewers that don't know, NBA combine you test all your athletic abilities and skills. One of the required things that you have to do if you go to the NBA combine is a speed test. If they see that you're like a fat little slug, you're just not gonna your draft stock will just drop. You won't get drafted by an NBA team, and you're just gonna be stuck. You won't go to the NBA.
Even the slowest
plays-
guy in the NBA is still not slow. Like
Yeah,
Same for tennis. It's the exact same thing. You have to be super fast. Tennis, except Gurnek, why are you laughing? I'm confused. Because Gurnek, have you watched a tennis match before?
yes, I actually did. Me and my dad used to watch what's it called, Roger Federer a lot.
I watch the Wimbledon every time. I'm kind
that's-
of forced to. My dad just
That's a good,
watches it.
a good
Wimbledon?
tennis match. But tennis, you need so much speed. Because there are drop shots, there are lobs. The other opponent is trying to hit away from you. That's literally.
Are you counting explosiveness as speed as well? Because you're describing explosiveness right now to go from 0 to 60.
Like the ability to like go as
Well,
fast as you can.
speed.
So, like,
speed
goal
I
stop.
count for. By speed, I mean
They
going
kinda
from
tie
one
into
side of
each
the
other.
court to the other side of the court.
You
Fastest.
see, that's speed. But what you just said, like, oh, you stop on a dime, that's explosiveness. Which
No,
also I think
I meant
basketball's
getting
way
to the
ahead
drop
of.
shot. But even then, explosiveness, also tennis. Because tennis, you need explosiveness to serve. To get the ball to 140 miles per hour, you need a heck a lot of explosiveness on a serve. And then, it's also a lot of quick moves in tennis. You have to be explosive to every ball if you want to, especially with how hard they hit. It's unbelievable. Getting from one side of the court to another in that amount of time, in like a short amount of time, and especially the top players, it's crazy. And I think basketball you can get away with not being that fast.
A rebuttal. The only way you can get away with not being that fast is if you're
If you're
extremely,
over, like-
extremely skilled. And there's
And-
very
not
few
even
people.
that. And tall, like
Oh, I mean, no. I mean, if you're a 7'3" big man that's gonna get every rebound, nobody cares how
you
fast
don't
you
need
are, right?
speed. Yeah,
But like you see that, or you're extremely skilled to where it doesn't matter about your physical
even
attributes.
with
Okay, forget
Even
I said
with
that.
that,
Forget I
they're
said that.
they're
I
still
still
not
think
slow.
speed. I still think speed is more dependent in tennis. Or like you
I
need.
don't-
so okay, we gotta choose something. What do y'all think?
I
Gurnek,
think
what do you think?
basketball. I think basketball. Let me make a final point. Speed
Mhm.
is because in the way basketball plays, it's a high-paced game, right? It's fast. They don't stop, right? And so, what's it called? Also, explosiveness. Like, think about it. Target, like what you said when you hit the ball 140 miles an hour. That is very impressive, right? But think about what Steph Curry does. He pulls up, he runs as fast as he can to the other side of the court, stops in literally just 1 second, pulls up 40 feet.
Millisecond. You have to be able to like. Well,
That's tennis
Yeah,
too.
that is
Whenever you're
speed.
getting to a drop shot, you have to
No, I'm
stop
saying
right in
dissimilar.
front of the drop. Oh, what we're saying?
I'm still saying like I think that basketball, just athleticism, plays more into the game.
Oh,
I agree with Gurnek. I think
Okay.
basketball.
I think tennis for this one too, but basketball wins.
Wait, so what's the score right now?
3-1.
It's 3-1. So I got
Oh,
one more
3-1.
topic.
And then physical. What even is physical? I feel like that plays into athletics.
I mean, that's like-
Yeah, I kind of feel like.
Okay, so
Also-
3-1 out of 4.
Yeah, I guess.
And
yeah.
then, so let's get the comments to vote as well. Because I feel as though tennis.
Yeah,
wins.
everybody. Yeah, because obviously Tark's at a disadvantage right now because 2 against 1.
Yeah, I
I
can't
did.
fight against.
Yeah,
But
but everybody who's watching the YouTube video, and even
Yeah.
anyone who's not, Spotify, Google Podcast
Spotify,
viewers,
go to the
anybody's
YouTube
watching.
channel. You know the link.
YouTube,
That's
man.
Tariq and Anish.
Yo,
Look at our
what
beautiful
you doing?
faces.
Give my boys some subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes,
hit that
sir.
subscribe button. What you doing? And follow
Exactly.
button on
Drop a
Spotify.
like. Comment down. What do you guys think is more difficult sport?
Right, and
Yeah,
then we'll
sure.
tally up the votes, and then I'm gonna rub it in their faces when I win. The vote in the comments.
Hey,
But
like that.
unfortunately, I took
Please
the L.
drop a comment down below.
Drop one for me
Yes,
or
sir.
for Gurnek Hothi, our guest. Don't
For
be
our
rude.
guest.
Don't be rude.
By the way, you want him on again? Go ahead and comment that down below as well.
Gurnek's waiting.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's
You
get
know
on to
what I
the next topic. It's time, baby.
No arguing. It's more like just.
It's
you
more
know,
like
it's just
mutual because
reminiscing.
this is completely dependent on the person. We are ranking
Facts.
the Kanye albums.
Yes, sir.
The goats.
We promised
Kanye's
this
my
last
best, my
episode.
favorite rapper, 100%.
I respect that. I respect.
You know, he's made a way into my top 5 for sure. I mean, very respectable individual.
Okay, I like that. I used to go around saying Kanye West was top 5, and people were like, "Give me a side eye, like, the crazy dude."
Really?
Like, no, not you. I'm just saying like
No,
random.
I'm saying
people that-
there was a time where Kanye, you would get like scoffed at if Kanye was your
No, I mean,
If you listen to Kanye, yeah,
Yeah.
now it's like cool and stuff.
because Kanye's
now-
graduation came out when
2004?
it's probably because of the Taylor Swift event.
Oh no, 2007. My bad, 2007.
Well,
Alright, this is
when he was
besides
in
the
his
topic,
younger days, he was like viewed as like a great rapper. But like in his middle and like it's kind of iffy now. Like now it's like people are like, oh, he's edgy. It's cool to listen to him. Like in the middle when he was like going through like the how do you say it? Opioids?
Opioid phase.
Addiction? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the stuff where like talk about like Taylor Swift, like I made her famous, and stuff like that. People are like, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a top 5. And as we promised, episode 3, we made sure that we didn't make a list because we wanted to get, the great Gurnek Hothi onto the podcast so we can debate it, choose a list and stuff.
We
So-
listened to all the Kanye songs too, so we can get a fresh
Yeah.
opinion.
Yep.
Fresh off that.
So should I go first?
Start us off.
Oh,
Anish.
crazy.
All right. So for the people that don't know, Kanye West has 13 albums. We decided to choose every album that he was involved in, like the one with Jay-Z, the one with his music label, Good Music. We added all of those in, right?
And the one with
So-
what was that one?
Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Kid Cudi. With
Kid See Ghost, yeah.
Yeah, Kid See Ghost. Okay.
Right. So should I go 1 to 13?
Yeah.
All right. So at number 1, this was my childhood growing up.
Oh baby.
Literally every single time when I first started working out, every single time I did chest and shoulders, I always listened to this album, Graduation. Literally, it's my childhood. I grew up listening to it. So for me, the best Kanye album ever is Graduation, right? I think it's a top 5 album in general, top 5 rap albums. On number 2, I got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's a sus album cover, but regardless of that, it has thousands of classics. All the Lights, I also grew up on that. 2K10, they had that.
No,
Yes, sir, shut up.
they didn't have that. in
Oh, they
2K10.
had
2K14.
2K14. Yeah, I grew up listening to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Number 3 is a little controversial. When it first came out, people thought it was pretty bad, but I always thought it was really good. Life of Pablo. People are like, "Where's the other ones?"
People thought it was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, when it first came
That's what
out,
I
people
heard,
didn't
too.
like it.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, Life of Pablo is 3rd for me. A personal preference again. Number 4. This is one of the best debut albums ever. College Dropout.
Ooh.
So many classics I can't count. With both my hands plus Tark's hands, I just can't count the classics. Multiple classics. Number 5 is actually an album that we reviewed on the last episode of our podcast.
Oh wow.
Donda. I got
wow.
I got Donda 5th, right? 6th, I got Late Registration. Yeah, I don't got anything. Another classic, multiple classics on that album. 7th is actually Watch the Throne. You know, anytime you get Kanye West and Jay-Z on an album, it's gonna be fire. So 7th, I got Watch the Throne. 8th is 808s and Heartbreaks. When your boy was in like 6th grade, got rejected, you know, your boy threw on some 808s and Heartbreaks, and he was listening to Heartless, thinking he was like a middle-aged
Wait,
man.
is that a story you can tell now? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, I don't even know about that, bro.
No. It's kind of like depressing because I'll tell you. I'll tell you later. I don't know.
That'll be our 100 subscribers.
That's gonna be on our when we make a Patreon.
Hey, you want to hear my heartbreak story? Go ahead. Get 100 subscribers.
Hey,
yes,
like
sir.
that smash button.
What if it was a dude?
Smash that like button is what he meant to say. So yeah. So 8th is 808s and Heartbreaks. Number 9. This is actually when he had his opioid. Oh, am I saying that right?
Opioid.
Oh boy.
Yeah, addiction. He made Ye, Y-E. So I got that 9th actually. A lot of people didn't like the album, but I liked it. 10th is Kanye West presents Good Music, The Cruel Summer. So many bangers. Like if you go to the gym and you need some songs, just look up on that album. So many. 11th, I got Jesus is King. Mixed reviews on that. I'm not Christian, but I did like it was a twist with his production and the Sunday choir. It was really good. I like the production. So 11th, I got Jesus is King. 12th, the last two left is Yeezus and then Kids See Ghosts. I couldn't really choose. I strongly dislike Yeezus. Like it's production wise, it sounds like a 6th grader figured out what a synthesizer was and was like, da na na. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That might be a little too harsh.
Sounds like a 6th grader went to the choir room and started pressing every key they have.
Yeah. So, despite the harsh criticism that I said, I actually got Yeezus 12th. Actually, yeah, I got Yeezus 12th. The reason why is actually because I really enjoy Bound 2. It's one of the songs it's the 10th song on the album. It's one of my favorite songs. Top 5 Kanye songs.
One of the best songs ever made, actually. Can I add?
Facts. Production wise and everything. So due to respect, I'll put Yeezus 12th. And, shout out to my Kid Cudi fans, but I'm gonna have to put Kids See Ghosts last. So, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I just, respect for Yeezus, so I had to put it last. So that was a long, drawn out list. But yeah, that's my list.
I respect that. Wait, did you add Kanye West presents Good Music?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I put that at
You can just call it Cruel Summer, honestly.
Yeah, Cruel Summer. I put it at 10.
Okay, that's a little.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you added Watch the Throne too, right?
Watch the Throne was 7th for me. Yeah.
You know what? Your list was it started really good, got really bad.
You don't like it then?
No, it was horrible. It was just not right. Go, Gurnek, you go ahead. What? Gurnek, I want to hear your list. Let's see if it's more correct than Anish.
My list is actually going to throw you guys off. It's not opposite of Anish, but like it is different placed, right? Mm-hmm. So for number 1 for me, it might be a shocker, but it's The Life of Pablo.
Really?
I just actually I don't dislike a song of that album.
I know, I respect that.
Like, bro, No Parties in LA, Waves, Father Stretch My Hands. It's like there's
so many bangers.
It's actually just it's not even this. It's like it was actually. Let me give some context to why I like this album. I went to California, right? This is the only song they played, album they played. It was really drilled into my head, but it was okay. It was beautiful. Definitely my favorite Kanye album.
I can't agree with you, but I respect that. High respect. Life of Pablo is great.
Okay. Number 2, I'm gonna put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. A guy who used to play 2K14, grinded out. Had what's called All Its Lights. Just countless bangers on the album. Devil in a New Dress. Rick Ross he had his greatest version of that song. I mean, we don't even need to talk about that one. And number 3, another shocker that Anish had kind of low. I have 808s and Heartbreaks. Very, very shocking, I know. Like Love Lockdown, amazing. Heartless. It's just such a it's almost like an experimental vibe that most albums don't have, and I really enjoy it. And then I have Graduation, You know, pretty self-explanatory. Good Life, Champions. I mean, do I even need to name anything else?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
okay. Anyways, let's see. For number 4, I have Watch the Throne. You know, I actually so many bangers. Otis, People in Paris. Um, yeah, I mean, I like honestly, I don't want to say Jay-Z carried that album, but like I did enjoy Jay-Z's verses on that album more than I like Kanye's. Let's see. So I don't want to be like I don't want to be
You
like a
don't want to
weird
be.
person, but like yeah, I feel like Donda and like Kids See not Kids See Ghost, sorry, Jesus is King. I honestly have them at the same ranking because I felt like
Like
they were
tied.
not similar, but like the gospel theme, like just
Mhm.
it just felt like the same thing to me. But they were both good albums. Like they're both good albums.
Mhm.
The ones I thoroughly enjoyed. And we got College Dropout. I know they don't even need to talk about that. And then let's see. Then Late Registration. It was a good album, but not an album like I discovered the album extremely late, so I didn't really have the connection with the album like I did with like Life of Pablo or something. So that's why it's so low. But otherwise, like really good songs. And then so my last 3, I could put them wherever because Yay, Kitsy Ghost, and Cruel Summer. Actually, no, Cruel Summer is the best out of those 3, but
Okay.
then the other 2 are just like very very.
We're about to have beef right now.
Oh
I'm
no.
not joking. You recovered though.
Anyways.
Good recovery.
So just the other like Yay and Kitsy Ghost, like if you're a Kid Cudi fan, like I get it, right? You're like, he's humming on this song, he's humming on that song, blah blah blah. Like, he does it in every song. Like I get that, but like yeah, it's just not for me. Nor is
Kid
Yay.
Cudi fans.
Kid Cudi fans right now.
It's
And then
like
how dare you disrespect my God? And then we got Yay, and I just thought Yay was off 6 Percocets.
Ye Ye is very like a different like thing.
Kanye was off his opioids too, so he was just yeah, that was okay.
You guys are not
Sorry.
going to like my list.
See, mine was very like different. Like our top 5 or like were like somewhat similar. They were just like rearranged, right? Actually,
No.
Gurnek inspired me. Gurnek inspired me. I'm a
Are you changing something
So I
to
had-
Gurnek?
Yeah, I am. So I had Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Life of Pablo, College Dropout, and then Donda, right?
Okay.
Then I had Late Registration as 6th. 7th was Watch the Throne, and then 8th was 808s and Heartbreaks. I'm gonna go ahead and bump 808s and Heartbreaks to 6th. Then is Watch the Throne, and then 8th is Late Registration. The Late Registration wasn't that good. 808s and Heartbreaks, you know, got a special place in my heart.
It's literally just Heartless by itself puts it there. Like
Fire.
if the album had one song and it was Heartless, I wouldn't move it.
Crazy. I want to be disappointed.
Gurnek.
But yeah, sorry.
Can
take the
I
stage.
can I
You
start
gotta-
with something, please?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
start
ahead.
by saying this. Listen, I respect you as a man, and don't.
Thank you.
This music, it's just music, right? You won't get mad at me for disliking an album versus another album, right? It's all Kanye. I like Kanye. Okay.
I know you like Kanye.
Okay.
Oh no, this list's about to be so.
I actually want to start. I actually want to start
Yeah, number 1.
from the bottom up. I'll start at
You wanna-
13.
Okay.
So
move up.
13. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Number 13. I'm gonna have to go with 808s and Heartbreaks. I'm serious. I just don't understand that. The only good songs, Heartless and
I might just-
what was the other one? Heartless and
Amazing.
Amazing. Heartless and Amazing fell off the rest. I remember I was listening to that album. I straight up it all sound the same to me. I just didn't like it. Heartless was good. It was like a woman so heartless. I just didn't vibe with it. I don't know. It didn't thug with me.
No, he just disrespected like.
I just did. I'm sorry. Hey, Gurnek, that's why I started with this statement. But I don't
my
like it.
goodness.
It was alright.
It's okay. It's your opinion. Go ahead.
Compared to Kanye songs, I as a Kanye album, I don't know. Kanye, let's work
Okay.
on it a little bit.
So 13th is 808s and Heartbreak. Okay, I asked
12,
to. Okay,
Kids
it's
See
your opinion.
Ghosts.
So
I actually like King Cudi, but I think it gets repetitive.
Kid Cudi. You said King Cudi.
I said Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. That's good. Okay.
Oh, you said Kid? Oh, my
I
bad.
said
That's
Kid.
my bad.
Oh, a minute. I don't know. No, I like Kid Cudi. I think it gets repetitive. I don't know.
No, he does. But this.
I think he sounds the same every single song.
Yeah, he has
Do
a
you-
like certain.
Or Gurnek,
What about Friends?
every single Kid Cudi fan is coming for you. Kid Cudi, I did say it. Kid Cudi. Okay.
Yeah. I just
Um,
it's my bad.
Number 11, Jesus is King. I like 2 songs on that album. I forgot them, but it was good. It was nice. It was a nice I remember because when it came out, wait, didn't he take like a long break and then release Jesus is King? Or am I tripping?
He did.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I remember the hype behind that was awesome. But
No,
I remember I only
actually,
liked I only liked a
He
couple
had
songs.
Ye, and then he put Jesus is King.
But it was like I think like 3 years apart. He was trying to release another thing, and then he had a random like
Weird.
religious like
Phase.
phase, yeah. And then he made Jesus is King. He scratched his whole album and then made Jesus is King, yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Religious awakening.
Yeah.
10 is Donda.
Oh wow, Donna's pretty low.
Donda's pretty low. I love 24. Because I like a lot of Kanye songs.
I
If
love 24.
24 is really good. Jail is really good, part 1 and part 2. Which I don't understand. I think I talked about this before. Why are they on separate sides of the album?
Yeah.
If I want to listen to the same Jail song, I have to wait through all those songs or I have to cue it back to back? Kanye, have your viewers in mind, man. Off the Grid, Heat. Good hit, Kanye. God Breathes. I respect people who like it. It was good to me, but some people think it's like the best song ever made. Cap.
If you want to see why Tar doesn't like, check out the previous podcast. He was venting
I was venting a lot
about why that. Yeah, he was venting why that song.
It's the gas
he couldn't
sound, bro.
listen
I don't know. I can't get out of my head.
to.
Okay. Let's go next. 9, College Dropout. Again,
Wow.
this is an amazing album. I think it was carried by the new workout plan and I'm for real. It was a new workout plan was really good. Actually,
You
School
really
Spirit
like
was
the
really
song.
good too. But it didn't really I didn't like the theme that much. Cuz each like album has a theme. It was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was really good. All Falls Down sounds like I don't know, sounds like too mainstream for me. I don't know.
Too mainstream?
Or I don't know how to say it. Like it sounds like a pop song.
Too poppy.
Yeah, too poppy.
I get it.
That's the only reason. And All Falls Down is really the thing that I think if you like that song, you really like the album, and if you don't, you won't really like the album.
I
thought it was
really do
alright.
like that song.
You love it. You talk about it every day.
Yeah.
And
College
then
Dropout.
next, at the 8th spot, I got Late Registration. This
I
was
think
pretty
Lady
good.
Registration is better.
Yes. Only because I love Touch the Sky. I thought that was heat. Gold Digger. Another bigger Kanye? Come on, man. And then Hey Mama was really good. I had like a phase where I listened to Hey Mama like a lot. And then Gone was good too.
Did you like Diamonds from Sierra Leone?
That is a
I
banger.
didn't think that one was that good. I thought it was alright.
I thought JC's part was absolutely sensational.
So is that
I
what
thought
made
Diamonds and Addiction. Have y'all heard Addiction, or do you remember it?
I've
pretty
listened
good.
to Addiction. I thought it was alright as well.
I think it's pretty good, yeah.
It didn't boost the album though. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Number 7, I got Cruel Summer. Come on, we got Mercy. We got. Let me scroll down. We got Mercy. We got Click. We got. Okay,
New God
don't like is a good one. I feel like
New
that
God
carries-
Flow.
New God Flow is pretty good. I didn't think it was. That would be my 4th spot, but I feel like there's a bit of a gap between 3 and 4. Whereas New God Flow lacks a bit behind Mercy, Click, and Don't Like. But those 3, come on, Kanye, three.
Those were
bangers in
fire
one-
songs
one
on the
album?
Those were
6, I got Ye. Let me explain. I actually really like the Ye album. That was one of my first Kanye albums that I heard. Yikes, I loved Yikes. All Mine. And then Ghost Town, I thought was such a good song. I don't know.
I like
the
Ghost
elements that I know it has like different waves to the songs that I don't see like in other songs, and that's something Kanye would do. You know what I mean by different waves, right? Like it would start with like with one thing, it'll end with the other. It sounded amazing to me, and I feel like Ghost Town actually carries this album, and why it's so high on my list. Let's go 5. Graduation. Why it's so low on my album? I understand you guys really like. Oh, Anisha's heart is turning low. Anish, we're gonna recover though with my explanation.
It's gotta be.
It's their opinion.
So Graduation, I really like the album, but I like these next 4 a lot more. I like Graduate, Champion Heat, Stronger Heat, I Wonder Heat, Good Life Heat. He had 4 bangers back to back. That's respect from Kanye.
And then, he had more in that album too.
I like the Glory. Those 5 were the ones that carried it for me.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. I don't know. It was good.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. Come on, Tark.
Can't Tell Me Nothing. Oh,
I forgot that song. I can't. If I don't like a song like a lot, I forget it.
You just forget it. Yeah.
And it's not gonna carry the album if I don't like it a lot.
Shit, I gotta stop shaking.
Number 4, we got Watch the Throne. Let me explain. Watch the Throne. Have you guys heard Otis? I'm sure you guys remember Otis.
Yes, everyone heard Otis.
There was a period where I would listen to Otis every single day.
I remember that period.
You remember that? Otis carries the album exponentially. Welcome to the Jungle is Heat. The People in Paris is Heat.
What's the one with Frank Ocean?
Frank Ocean?
Oh, that's No Church in the World.
That song is crazy.
That song is crazy.
Yeah, No Church in the World is
too.
too. Yeah. I was about to say that. And then Who Gonna Stop Me is pretty good too.
Yeah.
It didn't really carry the album though, but I thought it was a good addition. 3, you got Life of Pablo. Come on. I mean, come on. We got Waves.
That's where I had it. That's where
you had it at 3 too. I feel like this is a good place to put it. Gurnek put out 1 though. I'm sorry, brother Greg.
I think Life of Pablo is undeniably top 3.
100%. If it's lower than top 3, there's something wrong.
You can't take it out.
Something seriously wrong with you.
I have to say it was one of my favorite songs from the album.
One of the best opening songs in the album. I keep saying that for everything. Yeah.
FML, man's got Weekend on it. That was so heat. Waves.
Every Weekend and Kanye song is a hit.
That's true. Hurricane was really good too.
Hurricane was good. Yeah, off Donda. Yeah.
I mean, like almost every song. Real Friends, Waves, Famous.
Classic.
Father
so
Stretch
good.
My Hands.
So good. And then back to back.
The interlude of Father Stretch My Hands.
Oh.
Different planet, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. That's why it's so high. Unfortunately, it's lower than Yeezus.
Oh no!
I need to have a heart attack after my list.
It's second. It's your second favorite Kanye album.
I actually put it first, and then I changed it because you guys were putting it like really
first.
Low. I didn't want you guys to have a heart attack. I had it first.
I mean, you're close enough to it.
I can see why you guys think it's overproduced, but I like the overproduced style, and the lyrics on top of it. I think some of Kanye's best lyrics are from this. On Sight is fire. You're working out to that song. If you're not working out to that song, work out to that song. Black Skinhead. I Am a God. And Bound 2? I think we were talking about this.
Fire.
Bound 2 is a top Kanye song ever.
Boom. Do I need to explain myself? I don't think I do.
Blood on the Leaves is fire.
Oh, Blood on the Leaves is good too. I forgot to talk about that.
Alright, Tark. What's with the
info? So then what's...
Sorry, I just need dramatic effect.
What's first? What do you forget?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
My Beautiful... Okay,
Did you guys hear the story behind that album?
No, please inform us.
So it happened... I watched a video on this. I hope I'm not spitting false facts. But, you know about the Taylor Swift incident, right?
Yeah.
Where he... Yeah. So after that happened, everybody hated him. So what he did is he rented out a private island. He got the best producers in the world. And then he flew them out there. And they lived there for I forgot how long they lived there. Just to solely produce the albums. And they weren't allowed to post anything about it on Twitter. They weren't allowed to do anything. And they were quite literally off the grid. That was a bad joke. Because off the grid.
That was a good one.
That was a bad one.
I said that's a bad joke.
No, but they were They went to that private island just to produce that song, and then he came out with it. Best album, best Kanye album ever. Holy
I
crap!
didn't know that. If that's true, that's actually like pretty.
Yeah, you
You
can
want
look
to
it
talk
up.
about
It's
mental
true.
toughness? Hey, yo, put that up there.
Insane. Dark Fantasy, I think, is better. It's better than Ultralight Beam, in my opinion. Ultralight Beam is up there too. I think Dark Fantasy.
You just
is
put
better.
a whole entire. The opening. Okay.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Power, the best song ever made. I think I talked about this. Power, I love Power. The only
Yeah, we
reason
talked about
people
this in
don't
our
like
first
it
podcast.
is because it was overplayed.
episode.
But there's a reason it was overplayed. Okay. All of the Lights was good. I don't think it was that good. I don't think it was as good.
I just have a
think
close
it was
like
overplayed.
connection. It's my childhood.
I just turned on my Xbox 360 and I heard that song playing and I just couldn't get it out of my head.
So do you like it or do you not like it?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
our
yeah. Oh,
childhood,
because it was so
basically.
good. Okay. And then Monster was good. Devil in a New Dress. Runaway is beautiful, man. If you actually look up the lyrics, it's like each lyric has like a specific meaning. And then Hell of a Life
It's a
is good too.
masterpiece.
Blame Game, that was a little off Kanye. Come on. And then I don't know, the last 3 songs I think he just gave up. Just take those out of the album. Best album ever. But yeah, that's my list.
That's our ranking of Kanye albums.
All right, let us know what your ranking is. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? We might bring it up in our next episode. Gonna call out some viewers that are incorrect, some viewers that are correct. Who knows? We'll get a little crazy with it.
Yes,
All right.
sir. Well, before we end off, I want to thank Gurnek. Appreciate you coming out to the podcast.
The
pulling
goat's
up,
right
giving
here.
your beautiful insight. Yes, sir.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. Don't know when, don't know how, but we'll get you on. Appreciate you for hopping on the podcast. I also want to thank the viewers. We do this for y'all, you know. We wouldn't be here without y'all. If not, this would just be a normal conversation. So I want to thank y'all for pulling up to wherever you pull up, to Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube. Thank you for pulling up, watching us, taking time out of your day designated to watch us vent about random topics of the day. So, yeah. Appreciate
I'm
y'all
actually
for
curious.
coming.
If you made it this far, comment. What should they
Pineapple.
comment?
Comment top 5 albums.
Or
You want to see if they made it this far?
I want to see if they made it this far.
Yeah.
Comment Pineapple
2 viewers.
in the comments. There's gonna be a bunch of confused people that watch the video later. Just type in Pineapple. I'm curious how many people last this long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.
All right.
And smash that like button, subscribe button, follow button,
Like the smash button.
smash every button. Doesn't even have to be on your phone. All right.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Peace,
Thanks
guys.
for watching.
Thank you for pulling up.